G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. I'm going to do another clock for you today. This is my melting clock mold that I designed myself. Look at that. Put it this way so it actually fits into the screen. So what I like to do with this particular mold is I like to use this really water thin resin. It's polyurethane resin by Let's Resin. It's equal parts A and B, really thin, and it cures super fast. So what you do is you mix up, I'm just going to do a little bit at a time just so I can do like a few numbers. It pours in really easily because it's so thin, and it cures like 10-15 minutes. It's cured and it turns white. So perfect. I want white numbers, so I am going to do that. All right, so in here I have 20 grams of A and 20 grams of B. I probably should have only done 10 of each, but I'll because I don't get much working time with it, but I'll do the bigger numbers down here. So I am just going to basically stir it for about 30 seconds until it starts feeling hot. Try and scrape the bottom, scrape the sides. You still want to mix it, you know, well, but you really don't need very long at all. Like I said, 30 seconds, and then pour it out. Okay, so that'll do. Now, I better get a wipe, just in case I make a mess. I don't know if this is the best way to do it or not. I haven't been able to work. Oh gosh, it's a bit full. Actually, you know what? A piping bag would be really good. Just wipe over the top there like that. Because I am making a bit of a mess, actually. I think a piping bag would be much better. Next time. I can just wipe my overflow away like so. It's not a problem. I think because I've filled up my cup so much, it's dripping down the side. If I had only filled it halfway, it would have been much more manageable. I usually do the do the hard way. I do the hard way. Okay. Let me just pour a tiny bit into this one. I've still got a little bit of working time on it. The smaller amount, see, that's much better. The smaller amount that you have in your cup, the easier it is to pour. Whereas when it's really quite full, it's really difficult to pour and it all kind of runs out the side. This is much better, you guys, much better. Don't mix up too much. 10 and 10. 10 grams and 10 grams would have been perfect. See, look how much easier that is to control. Beautiful. All right, so that's probably about as far as I can get with this. It's starting to thicken. Just sort of fill up a couple of areas. There we go. All right, so while that's curing, I will move on and mix up a fresh batch. Just a little, probably only do 5 and 5 is probably all I need, just to do those top numbers. All right, so I ended up with 6 grams of A and 6 grams of B for this one, and I think it should be enough just for those last few numbers. Now you can, if you want to color this, if you don't want white, you just have to remember though that whatever color you mix it with is going to then turn a shade of, well, it's going to get mixed with white basically, so it's going to, you know, dull it down. So if you put black in here, it'll go grey. If you put a dark blue, it'll end up a light blue. If you put a dark red, it'll end up a pink. So just be aware of that. And what I would suggest if you do want to colour it is put in your part A, then mix in your colour. And once it's all mixed in, then do your part B, because you don't have time to mix all your colour in. Okay, so there we go. That's all we're going to need there. mixing time, that is. And just a few little drops in each number. And fresh little wipe out. If you drip anything, just use your baby wipe. You could, if you wanted to, use a syringe, a pipette, piping bag. If you don't want to do the cup, just be aware that you don't have very much working time, and obviously whatever you use will have to go into the bin. You won't be able to clean it out and use it again. Just filling these up just a tiny bit more. Just got to clean off that little drip there. Easy enough to do. I don't think I've dripped anywhere else. Okay, so that's pretty much it done. I'll probably get one more little drop in there and a little drop in there. And that's it. And as you can see, the other numbers that I did before are already starting to cure. Does not take long at all. So there we go. Yeah, look, don't make up a lot. You don't need a lot. I probably only needed 20 grams, like 10 and 10 are for the whole lot. So yeah, you don't need a lot when you're doing the little numbers. All right, so we'll let that cure, and then I will go and mix up. I think what I'm going to do is black. Look, when I came into the studio today, I really did not know what I wanted to do. I just knew that I wanted to do a clock. Now this clock is available in my eBay store and also my US Amazon store. So if you want to grab yourself one, I will link it down below. It's quite a unique mod, and there's so much you can do with it. So give it a go. So yeah, like I said, I didn't know what I was going to do. I wanted to do like a beach with, you know, the UV resin waves that I've been doing. I wanted to do that, and I still will do that, but that'll be another video. And I was watching Kelly's video from Kelly's in the Kitchen. Hi, Kelly. And she did this crackle background on one of her lilies. Oh, not so much a crackle, soap bubbles. So very, like, you know, when I was doing the ocean waves on my little coasters, how you put the UV resin down and then you put your bubbles and you cure it. So like that, but I'm going to do the whole thing like she did with her her 3D bloom the other day. So thanks for the inspiration, Kelly. It's lovely to get inspired by other artists, especially my lovely friend Kelly. So all right, I'm going to mix up some resin. I think I'm going to just do the black around the edge. I think that'll look nice, black and white, and then like a soap bubble top. So I'm going to do that, and I am going to use the Let's Resin black resin. That's it there. See, it comes already black for you. So you mix part A, which is the black, part B, which is the clear. You mix them together and then you get black resin. So look, it's easy. You don't have to worry about unmixed pigments or anything like that. So yeah, I'll be using that today. So I'm going to mix up enough just to do this lower sort of melted area. This area here is lower than that. And then, yep, I'll be right back. So make sure that your mold is really clean because you're putting black in there. You don't want any little white specks of anything. So make sure it's really clean before we pour the black in. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, if you've had like a little bit of an overspill somewhere, you can, once this has cured, you can just gently pick off any little overflow with something that won't scratch your mold. I'm just being very careful, and then I just pick up those little loose bits that I've picked off with some tape. So you can do that as well. But I think next time, look, I can't remember how I did it last time with the clock. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look back. So anyway, here we go. We're going to pour in this lower area. I'm thinking a pipette would be good. Can you guys remind me? Because I think I'm pretty sure last time I said, oh, I really should use blah, blah, blah for my numbers, and then I didn't do it. I can't remember. But I think a pipette would be good. Or a syringe. Let's clean up anyway. But yeah, you know me. I usually do things the hard way, and then I say, don't do as I do, do as I say. So we'll do that next time. Now, I think what I'll do is I can use my little silicone stick here with the point just to push that resin in there. I don't want to overfill this. Just want to take it up to this level here. You can see it's at the top of that there. There we go, push that in. Once it sort of starts to flow in, it'll kind of follow and hopefully fill in all those little melted areas. Oops, what's that? Just don't want to overfill it, that's all. And around we go. All right, so I'll probably have to put a little bit more in. I don't want the black to be up the side there though. Oh, actually, it's not going to matter anyway, because what I'm going to do is once this black has cured, I am then going to come in with the UV resin and just put it over the top there of the clock face. I need to get a little cup. The little paper cups do work very well for pouring, as long as you don't overfill them. Don't overfill them. I've got some black left. I'm going to have to make some puffy hearts. What a shame. All right, now this, as you can see, this is going to be much easier. Just filling in these little fingerlings here. Just wanted to put not too much in to start with because I didn't want to overflow it, but certainly an easy way to do these little melting fingerlings. So we'll let that cure and then I'll come back and we'll do the next step. All right, now this has cured enough for me to do the next step. I didn't quite put enough black in it. You can see there's a couple of little areas there where the mold sort of goes up and then back down again into those little melted areas. But when I put my top coat on, it's going to be black anyway, so I don't think we'll see those. So because I need to put down a layer of UV resin and then put my bubbles on to get the bubble effect, I'm just a little bit unsure if I can put UV resin straight onto the mold because I can't, cure the back of it. I don't want to flip this upside down. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to put a very thin layer of just regular resin. And this one is, I've just made up a little bit of the Let's Resin Fast Cure resin. So that's what I've got in here. Only about half a cup really. So let's spread that out just to give us a little base really to then go and put that UV resin on, because I'm just not sure if it'll cure properly, because normally with the UV resin you have to sort of cure both sides. And I can't do that on this mold. I mean, I probably could if I wanted to wait till it was properly cured and then flip it upside down. But I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to try and put it as a thinner coat as I can. So I'll just spread this. Because I still need to leave room for my UV resin, and then I can do the bubbles. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the bubbles, I will link one of the little coasters. I've done a few of these. I'll link one of the videos towards the end of this video in the top right hand corner for you, so you can see what I'm talking about. This was just done with UV resin, white UV resin, and soap bubbles, and you get a really nice effect. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for today. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of smooth this out, push it into all the little areas, just so that we've got a covering. And then I'm going to have to wait for it to cure, and we'll do the next step. So I think I've got it all a little bit here. So yeah, I will see you for the next layer, the fun part, the bubbles. All right. Oops. Yeah, I think I've got it all. All right. See you soon. All right. It is the next day, and because I just let that cure overnight, so now we've got a nice cured resin base to do our next step. So these ones were quite small little bubbles. So if you put some water in a container with your dish soap, any dish soap will do, if you shake your container, you're going to get little bubbles like this. If you blow with a straw, you'll get big bubbles. So depending on what you want, and I want bigger bubbles today because it's a big piece. I think it would look silly with just tiny little bubbles like that, but I wanted little bubbles on this one, so that's why I shook the container for that one. So the next step is our UV resin, and I'm using Let's Resin's UV resin. When you get your box, this one's got 2 bottles in it. I think you can buy just 1 bottle as well. So you get a nozzle, little cup. So there's 2 bottles in there, so 2 nozzles. So if you want to do some fine work, you can take that off and put this on, and then you can just unscrew that, and you can do, you know, little fine works. But because I'm going to do a big space, I'm going to use my other bottle, but that's what it is. I will link Let's Resin for you, their website, their UK Amazon website, and their US Amazon website. And if you use any of those links and use my coupon code, you'll get a discount. So see, I'm just leaving the lid on, just the lid on for this one, not the nozzle. And what I thought I would do, I've got my UV lamp ready to go. I've got my soap ready to go. I'm going to just do a section at a time. Now, I don't want to do like a straight line, because if I get different size bubbles, it might show. So I'm just going to kind of pour a little blob like that. Make sure you keep that well away from your UV lamp. So I don't mind if it goes over the edge. Oops, probably put a bit more than I need there. It goes a long way. So anyway, this is what I'm doing. I'm just going to put this here. Try not to do like a set shape. It's sort of an organic sort of shape. I will go over the edge though, but just to make sure that we have bubbles everywhere. So just a thin layer, really. I'm not making it really thick or anything. Just spread it with my little spatula. I will give it just a little torch, although it doesn't really matter if you get bubbles in it, does it? Because we're going for bubbles. All right, I'm just going to make sure that we are got good coverage. Make it a little bit thicker there. All right, so here we go. Actually, I might just move. Oh no, it's all right. All right, so what I'm going to do is, try not to splash everywhere. If you want big bubbles, keep your straw up high, but I want to have small bubbles, so I'm going to touch the bottom and see if I can blow small bubbles in the corner here. Whoops. Ah, can't really do it. I don't want to get my mouth in the screen. That's just weird. Oh. Okay, I don't know. I'll do it over here. I'm trying to push this straw straight down. So not much air's going through. A little bit of air comes out at a time. So there we go. We've got a nice amount of bubbles there. They're a decent size. So anyway, I'm going to scoop and, oh gosh, scoop and plop. Scoop and plop. Try not to squash them as you're putting them down. Sort of just cover. Okay, I'm going to have to do that before they cure, before they pop, I should say. See, this is why you shouldn't put like too much UV resin down at once. Probably needed to put less UV resin, put the bubbles down. But I don't know, I've never done something this big before with bubbles. I've only done, you know, coasters. I did the waves the other week, but haven't done too many. Okay, so that's cured now. Oh, live and learn, live and learn. All right, now I'll just do this other little half here that I missed before. I haven't done. I don't think it'll make any difference if I'm doing like a couple of layers of UV. I'll try and get more bubbles this time so I can spread that right out. And if there's a section that you've missed or you don't like the bubbles in it, you could just go over that area again. All right, I'm going to do this over here. I don't know whether you can see. Oh my gosh, I put the wrong end in the... I'm going to have a mouthful of bubbles. That's better. All right, let's get these out quickly. Maybe I can just do that. Okay, that works better. Look at that. That works better. Get a whole heap out and do that. Okay, that works better. I can get a whole heap out. Oh my gosh. But yeah, get the UV lamp onto them quickly before they start popping. Okay, all right, here we go. Now I'll do this one for 60 seconds. And then I'll come back to you. Okay, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. All right, that's almost 60 seconds up. I'll move that and I should probably dry that before I do any more. Let's dry what we've got now. I will need to use the lamp more though, because it's going to need more than 60 seconds to cure, you know, that layer of UV resin that I've had. Oh, that looks so good. I'm not that keen about that side there. I'll do a little bit more. Oh, it looks so good. I'm happy with it. Happy with it. Okay, we'll dry that off. And keep that little bit of paper towel. I want to do a bit more over this side. So what I'll do is I'll do this corner and I'll do down here. Corner. Well, you know what I mean. This edge. Around there. I'll go back in there. All right, there we go. And I'll just spread that. Make sure we're getting over the edge so we got lots of bubbles. We don't want any blank spaces. I'm going in there because I didn't like that bubble before. Oops, probably got a bit much there. I don't know whether having it like thick resin as opposed to a thin layer of resin makes any difference. I'm not sure. I still don't remember which end I had my mouth in. Oh, never mind. All right, so I'm trying to get this straw to sit flat on the base so I'm not getting a lot of air out, okay? So I can get smaller bubbles. Whoops. It's hard to do it over here though. Just pushing the straw into the corner. Ah, big breath. I nearly sucked. I gotta blow, woman, blow. Okay. I'm going to hyperventilate in a minute. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm back at school doing experiments. Let that go. So try not to also, I guess, pull the bubbles. You want them to just sort of sit there rather than pull them and stretch them, I guess. Look, I'm no expert. I'm just, you know, I'm learning. Like I said, I've done a few. I think about a year ago I did some bubbles, and then recently just those little coasters. But yeah, not a lot of bubbles. All right, here we go. Let's do this. That'll be 60 seconds, and then I'll come back to you again. All right, that's done. Let's dry these off. See what we've got. Feels warm. Oh, so pretty. Reminds me of crocodile skin, doesn't it? Oh, love it. So I've got some smaller ones there. We've got some big ones there, smaller ones there. Don't know that these ones over here worked all that well. I might need to put a little bit more just there, but I'm going to continue and go this way for now. So, more UV. Whoa. Probably put too much on again. So there's the little nib for your clock mechanism. So you don't have to drill the hole. It's already there. Oh gosh, I've got too much. I put too much on. I'm going to have to get lots of bubbles this time. Make sure we're getting right over the edge there. And I might go into that one. That one looks like a bit of a moon crater, that one. So we'll go over that, giving it a little torch. The only reason I'm torching it now is because I've got that layer of resin between it and my mold, which is cured. But yeah, still you don't want to, really don't want to torch too much. Okay, here we go again. I need lots this time. Because I've got a big space to do. Look at it all. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Down you go, bubbles. Oh, see, I'm popping them as I'm stretching them out. I want to pop them. Happy with the size though. Happy with the size of these bubbles. Okay, I think that's covered. Oh no, there's a little area in there. See, they're popping already. They're popping! All right, here we go. 60 seconds. There's another one done. Oh gosh, got some big ones in there. Dry that off. Those are huge. Wonder if I can, wonder if I can actually go over and do smaller ones in the big ones. What do you think? I might try this little area over here just to see. I've just got this is a big empty space here, so I really need to put something in there. And I think I would use my bottle with the nozzle on, just so that I've got more control over just putting a little bit in there on that one. Yeah, I'm not sure how, if you can go over. We'll see. It's had way too big a gap there, that's all. Because it's the other side that we're looking at, so I'm not that confident that it'll show. So I hope I haven't ruined it, because I really don't want those huge bubbles there. So even though this side, you know, might look nice with the bubble sizes, oh, that looks good, but it's the other side, you know, when we unmold it, that's the side that we're going to, you know, see the effects on. So even though like it looks nice and bubbly, crater-like on this side, because we've got that clear sort of flat resin on the other side, I don't know what'll show. I don't know. We're just going to have to find out, I guess. I'm just not sure how it'll work, but this side looks great. All right, so I need to put a little bit more here because it's quite flat just on this edge, and then I'll do like maybe half that and then the other half. I've put too much on. Goes a long way. You don't really need a lot. Make sure we get in there. What do you think? Do you think that the bubbles will show on the other side where I've added extra, or do you think because I've covered the old UV resin with the new UV resin that it won't show? What are your thoughts on the matter? I guess we'll find out, but I'd just be keen to know if it's going to work, I guess. Okay, we'll do that half there. And you don't have to rush at this stage because it's not going to cure, you know, unless you've got your lamp on. Make sure your lamp's off and turned away from your work. I dripped, but it's all right. I dripped over here, I think. All right. There we go. I think I've got some bigger ones and some smaller ones in that lot. Try not to get the really big ones, that's all, because they just look like craters on the other side. Okay. Make sure we get it right over the edge. Oops, I haven't got any right in the middle there where I've added extra. I think that's good. Okay. Let's see what we've got. So I'm just doing each section for 60 seconds. Oh, it's And then I will do the whole thing for like probably 5 minutes. 5 minutes, just to make sure that it's totally cured. This is so good. Happy with it. All right, last little section over here. And then I'll do that little area just there. And then we'll get to dusting. And what we're going to do is we're going to dust with Chameleon powders. So it sort of changes color, because I'll have a black background over the top of this. Once I've done the dusting with Chameleon powders, we mix up a little bit more of the black resin like I did with the first layer. And that will be our background. The Chameleon powders always look better if they've got a dark color behind them. They always do, I've found. Make sure that you've covered everything and your resin's not pulling away from the side. You might need a tiny bit more if you find it's got a little empty puddle somewhere. So just add a tiny bit more. Make sure you've got that good covering there. All right, here we go. Get that spoon out. Well, that's a nice size. I like those ones. I hope. Getting some big ones and some small ones in there. Looks like there's quite large ones in there. I'm going to put some more over the top maybe. I don't know if that works, if you can add more sort of over the top and let them fall down. Not sure. Maybe you can like pop those biggest ones. I don't think there's too much of a rush. We can maybe pop the slightly bigger ones that we don't want. And add the smaller ones. What do you think? I don't know. I don't know. Oops, I'm going to get into that edge there as well. Okay, I think we're covered there. Nearly done, guys. Two, one. All right. Let's see how these ones have turned out. Oh, I got some nice big ones in there too. Wonder if I'm getting like a pattern when I'm pushing down with the paper towel. Might be. Maybe I need to cure it a little bit more. Because I'm thinking when I push it down, if it's not quite cured, I might get like a pattern from the paper towel. Maybe. I guess you could cure it for 2 minutes each side. All right, let's do this last little bit here, this little edge here. I'm not sure if this is going to even show up, like I said, because it's smooth already on the area touching the mold, so I don't know whether or not we're going to see any bubbles on the other side. All right, have I got any here that I can use? No, I better blow again. All right, last time, here we go. If you use a big straw, wide end, you're going to get bigger bubbles as well, getting more air in. Whereas if you use a small straw, you've got less air coming out and you'll get smaller bubbles as well. So that's something as well to think about. All right, there we go. All right. Lucky last. Where am I going to put you? I'm trying not to touch my mold. Right, I'll just hold it up. Just have to hold it on this one. I forgot to say, I've got this little container. It's about a third full of water. And I only added, I think it was 5 drops of the Dawn. I've got one that's got the spray on it. If you spray on it, they are minute little bubbles. So if you want tiny little bubbles, all you got to do is like spray and you'll get a million little or a gazillion little tiny bubbles. But I didn't want that. So yeah, it's only got 5 little drops of the dish soap in it. But you can experiment, I guess, with how much you want. The first time I did it, I used so much soap when I did these. Oh, so much soap. This one's really cute too. This one reminds me of, you know, craters on the moon. It's really cute. It hasn't got a clear coat on it though. All right, I'm going to move this underneath my table now because I don't need that anymore. Gee, I hope these actually do show up on the other side. What do you think? Actually, no, I do need it. Sorry, I do need it. I'm gonna leave it on and I'm gonna cure this whole thing for like 5 minutes on each side. So yeah, I will come back to you once I've done that and we'll make sure everything's totally dry. But that is looking so good at the moment. I'm gonna bring you down so that you can sort of see the texture of it. Look at that. Croc skin. Leopard skin. Oops, what's that? Where's that? Something's fallen in there. Did I get it? A little piece of glitter or something. So anyway, that's what we've got at the moment. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. All right, I'll see you. I'm going to mix up. No, I'm not going to mix up black. We're going to do the pigment powders next. All right, I'll see you in 10 minutes. All right, so I think I've done about 5 minutes on each section, so we'll move that out of the way. I've got a little shelf under my table, so I put that there, and I've got like my heat gun, my hairdryer and things hooked on the side of my bench. So yeah, PowerPoint under there, set like a jelly. Now, the next step, chameleon powders. So I have got these 2 intense chameleon powders from Let's Resin. There's only 4 colours in each one, and I've kind of mixed them up, so I don't know which ones belong in which, because I have used the black cherry from one and I've used the galaxy from another because they're like my favourites. So I've got the others left. I'll need to get another set. So you can grab those as well. From the Let's Resin websites. If you can't get the intense chameleon powders, these ones are just as good, and you get 10 in a packet, so it just says chameleon powder. They're different colours. I'm not sure exactly what the difference is. Grape, well, that's pretty. Teal, champagne, plum, blue, olive, oh, that's a pretty colour, gold, mint, galaxy, oh, it's got galaxy, okay, so it has got some, and magenta, so it has got some of the same ones, so you could use those if you can't get the others. So I have got this big galaxy because it's my favourite, and yeah, it saves me buying a whole other box. So basically what we're doing is just going to brush this on like so. Make sure that it's no longer sticky or tacky. If it is, put it under the lamp a little bit more, but yeah, you don't want it to still feel ticky. That's sticky and tacky put together. Ticky. Oh my gosh, I think I need a coffee. All right, make sure we're getting, I don't want any like little puddles of the powder. So if you find any that in the little holes that are like a little bit darker, just tap that powder out. So basically this is all I'm going to do. I cover the whole thing. It does go a long way, so don't put too much on. You know, you could sort of do little areas like that and then spread them, because it does go a long way. You don't need to use too much. And you don't want it all flying up in your face either if you're putting on too much. So don't put too much on there at a time. So I'm going to finish this. I won't bore you with making you watch the whole thing. I'm going to go right up over the edges here. And then I'm going to mix up my black, same as the one before, the Let's Resin that already is mixed black. Probably going to need, gosh, maybe a cup of resin. I always rather make a little bit more than not enough, because then I can always make some puffy hearts or something if I've got some leftovers. So, and just add a bit of black glitter, silver or gold glitter to my black resin, and then I get really pretty puffy hearts. So I'll do that, and then I'll come back to you when it's time to pour the black resin. All right, I have my black mixed up. I did get my little baby wipe and just clean away from this area as best I could, because I want the black to show through. You know, those bits that I've missed? I don't want any Chameleon powders on that. I just want black, and I just went around the edge as well. Hopefully I haven't loosened my mold, because then we'll get leakage. So, but yeah, I just did that. But yeah, if I filled a little bit more with my first layer of black, then these would all be already covered with black. So here we go. I have mixed, yeah, just under a cup. Hopefully it's enough. Here we go. Should have plenty of room. I'll have to put my black into a little paper cup, I think, to go into those little melted areas again. Actually can't remember how much resin I've used for all my other layers, because I did the black layer and then I did the clear layer, and yeah, I'm not sure exactly how much I've used. I have to look back on the video. It's normally I write it down, but I didn't. Just going to make sure that we go into all these. I do need to put more on there, obviously, but I just want to make sure that I'm getting into here first, because I don't want to overflow these little fingerlings and make a mess. All the little bits of loose Chameleon powder coming up to the surface, popping. Put a little bit more on. Hopefully I've made enough. Don't need a very thick layer over the top of all of those, but do need to have it covered. Probably could have got away with a slightly thinner clear layer, actually, thinking about it, just so that I had more room for the last layer of black. You enjoying this video so far? Hopefully you are. I've been enjoying doing it. So yeah, something a bit different, hey? I thought about making some bubble coasters. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Oops, those are dried. All right, tiny little bit more. Might as well just fill this. Oh, I've forgotten a fingerling. I've missed a fingerling. Look, I missed a fingerling. There we go. In you go. Push it in. All right, so that's basically all I need to do now. We just need to wait for this to cure, and then we can unmold it. And I'm really keen to see if where I've added those extra bubbles on top of the layer of UV resin, whether or not it's worked or not. Yeah, super keen. All right, we'll just give that a quick little spray with some isopropyl. Don't really need to, but We're not torching. No torching. All right. I'll see you soon. All right. The time has come. Drum roll. Oh, not sure which way I should do this. I was going to flip it over, but no, because we can see through. All right. Let's just take it out. I'll have to go and have a look and see if I've got some white clock hands, actually. I'm not sure if I've got white. You can spray them, like if you don't have the colour that you want, you know, those little metal clock mechanisms and hands. If you don't have the colour that you want, you can just spray paint them. So I've done that before, so if I haven't got a white one, and I've got black, but I don't want black. All right. It's out, it's out, it's out. Oh, look at that, come out beautifully. Now I will link my amazing melting clock mold for you down in the description if you would want to get yourself one. All right. Oh my gosh. Please work. Oh, wow. Shut the front door. Look at it. I did it. Wow. I don't have enough wows. I just dropped something on it. Oh my gosh, you guys. That turned out amazing. I'm just trying to see where those little areas were that I added more on. Wow. I don't know. I can't really tell where I added more. Maybe there, because it's a big bubble, and I may have tried to cover that little edge up. I don't remember, but look, it looks fine. We've got some big areas, we got some sort of medium, we've got some little baby ones, so, and little edges around there, little baby ones, and then some more big ones. So oh, I think it looks amazing. I wonder if we can see any colour change in it. I'm going to have to walk around and see if we can see any colour change in it. All right, let me see if I can pick this up, and we'll go for a little walk around and see if I can pick up some other colours. So definitely got green happening here. Turn around here. And there's some purple. We have purple, purpley blue, back to green, purple. All right, how about if we go over here? It's dark outside now, so I can't take it outside for you, but I thought I could pick up different colours. I'm just not sure what light to go into to pick up the different colours. It's tricky, it's tricky. About over here. I walk all the way around the studio and look at different colours. Okay, there's more of that. I love the black that you can see in between. Look at that. It just makes those bubbles pop, doesn't it? And it picks up the black around the outside as well. See all the black between? It looks so cool. Oh, I'm just loving it. All right, there's some purple. And green. So we're going green, blue, and purple on this one. Green, blue, and purple. Sorry about the overhead lights. I don't really know where I can go to show all the different colours. Blue, green, blue, green. Over in that other corner was the best for the purple. Green again. So anyway, there you go. I need to go and find some clock mechanism and some hands. So I don't know, I'm doing the best I can. Sorry. No, maybe just back over here. Oh, I really like the when it showed purple. Okay, that's enough of that. Enough of that. Let's go and see if I can find some hands. So that's what it looks like from the side there. So the numbers are protruding from the base. They're about the same height as these little melting fingerlings. Oh look, now I can see purple. Oh my gosh, now I can see the purple. I just had to change my angle. All right, so purple, blue and green. All right, I'm gonna go and find some hands. I'll be back in. All right, I have found some white hands. Now you can also cut these down if you need to. I don't know if these have already got their plastic taken off them. Sometimes usually they come with protective plastic. I may have already taken it off that one. All right, so what we need to do now, if you get one that's got a little hook like that, it makes it very easy for you to hang your clock. Like so. Oops, I've got something on it already. I would just put something under it, just to keep it from wobbling around while I'm doing this. There we go. All right, so that's the long hand, the minute hand, and that's the hour hand. From memory, the hour one goes underneath like that, and they actually fit into each other quite nicely. So that one's got, see how that one's got a bigger hole in it? Like you couldn't do it like that, could you? No, it's got to go like that. So it kind of tells you which way it needs to go. So I'm going to put the little washer on first. Just to support everything, and then just hold on to the back, make sure you've got it where you want it, and then tighten that little washer like so. Otherwise you'll find that your mechanism will be a bit wonky. All right, so we'll put that. Now you need to sort of you do need to be careful with these, so you just got to push down gently till it goes click, and it kind of, so I'm lifting that, it kind of just sits there, and then the next one over the top, and it will go click as well. Oh, like that. Okay, that's good. And then the little top piece that sits on the top. Oops. Like so, if I can get it to go on. There we go. Now this is probably a little bit of a longer shaft there, because it's about that long. You could probably get shorter ones depending on, you know, what you're doing, but because it's a longer one, it goes over the top of the numbers. I'm so glad I have found a white one. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it, I love it, I love it. I'm getting fluff all over it already. Must have been on the clock mechanism. Actually, it might have been on my mold, I don't know. All right, I'm so excited. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm so happy that that's worked. What do you think? Love it, love it, love it. Oops, I might not have tightened that up properly because I just knocked the back. All right, I will set it up tomorrow for a nice photo for you. Let me know what you think of it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I've really enjoyed making it, and we've learnt some things about bubbles, soap bubbles in resin. So yep, kind of looks like a cobblestone pathway or croc skin or yep, just bubbles. All right, thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Take care, and I will see you all again real soon for the next video. Okay, bye for now.